Hello everyone, I just want to film a quick wrap-up from the Contemporaryathon round 6. I managed to read 9 books, and the first challenge was to read a contemporary with green on the cover, so I read The Bride Test, and I gave this one 3 stars, and this was about Kai and Mai, I think it's pronounced. Kai is autistic? Yeah. And Mai is over in Vietnam, and basically Kai's mom is over in Vietnam and meets Mai by chance, and she tells Ashton to come home and be the fiance of his son Kai. And she brings up Kai, and Mai has a daughter, and she wants to do well for her daughter, so she agrees to it. And it's about the relationship and this one family dynamics and everything else with that. I really liked it. Mai was really frustrating at times, and I just wanted to slap it upside the head. And Kai too sometimes. So that's why I gave it 3 stars. I mean, it was cute, a little bit of insta love in, and I think I like the Chris quotient a little bit better, but I still want to read the Knits one, because that's about Quan. I think that's how, yeah. Looking forward to that one. And then the second challenge is to read a contemporary from a new-to-you author, and originally I said I was going to read Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, but I happened to read 56 pages of that before they DNF'd it. It just wasn't appealing to me. There wasn't much happening in the plot, and I know a lot of people raved about it, but I just gave up on it. So instead, for that challenge, as well as to read a diverse read, I read Intercepted by Alex Munton. This one is a football romance, in case you needed one. And Muntley, also a really frustrating main character at times. Just wanted to slap him upside the head. There's a romance with her and someone from her past that shows up again, who happens to be the quarterback of the team. And I thought it was a pretty good one. I wanted to keep reading it. It's an easy read, but the only thing, and I saw this in other reviews on Goodreads, is that the author uses hashtags, and to me it kind of took away from the story, and it was kind of annoying. And the writing style didn't always mesh well with me. So I gave this one 3 stars as well. And I do actually plan on continuing, because I read who the next one is about, and I'm interested in it, because it's a companion series. So there's that. And then read a backlist contemporary that's been on the TV over the years, so I read Just One Day. And I was surprised that this one took place in Europe, which I didn't even know that. And Lulu, or Allison, is with her friends and everything, and she happens to meet this guy, Willem, which I always refer to him as William in my mind. But anyway, they meet, and she happens to go to Paris with him for just one day. And it talks about that, and then it actually goes for 1 year past that, which was kind of interesting in the second part of the book. And I gave this one 3 stars as well. I mean, I wanted to keep reading, and I plan on reading the second book in the series, the duology. There's not too much to say about it. It appealed me enough to keep reading, but it didn't blow me away. And the next challenge was to read a Dungeon Hunting contemporary, so I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sagan, and this one I gave 5 stars. It blew me away. I really like Riley Sagan's books. They just pull me in. Easy reading, easy writing. And in this one, Jules is an apartment sitter at the Bartholomew, which is this really extravagant, exclusive apartment building, and there's a little bit more to that story, and it pulled me in. Loved it, read it in a day and a couple hours. Highly recommend that one, and that one's actually counting for my Thriller-a-thon too, for a recommended thriller. And then for one of the last two challenges, read a contemporary with an illustrated cover, and one beloved by a book community member, and that was the fashion. Sorry for my kitty. And in this one, is two flatmates that share, but then like opposite elements. Leon is a night nurse, and Tiffany works a 9-to-5 job pretty much. And they leave notes to each other, and then like about halfway through the novel they meet each other. It's cute. It didn't blow me away, sadly, so I gave it 3 stars, but I still wanted to keep reading it. I still enjoyed it. So overall, there's those books for my challenges, but then I finished Two Donut Reigns, which is part of the 3 Donut Crown series by Candice Blake. That one I gave 4 stars. It's turning out to be a 4-star series, so you can't say too much about it. And listen to the audiobook Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And this one I found helpful. I wrote a more lengthy Goodreads review on it and what I found helpful. But basically, focus on the biggest thing that you need to get done and tackle that first in the day. And just make use of your time. All really good, helpful hints. I also read the last 322 pages of The Retribution of Melody, which I'm counting that as a book. And I gave it 3 stars. I do not plan on continuing with the Noah Shaw series. I mean, these books I wanted to know what happened, but they didn't blow me away, sadly. And the last book I did read was Jessie and the Troublemaker, the Babysitter's Club book. And I gave this one 2 stars, because Jessie books never sit that well with me, sadly, because I feel like they didn't really try that hard with the books. And in this one, she's babysitting, and the rest of the club is babysitting for Danielle, who is in remission from leukemia, and she's a little bit of a troublemaker. And she does some really bad things, and I don't think it was handled that well. The punishments didn't seem severe enough, in my opinion. So there you have it. That's the 9 books I'm counting that I read. So I read a total of 2,627 pages. I think that's the most I've ever read, surprisingly. Even with a sick day, I think that's amazing. How did your week go? Is there any books you recommend based on how I'm talking about these books? Thanks for watching and have a great day.